down here, and then there's some more in this one. Oh, Cass and Chief, the people that hole in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good afternoon. Ms. Jones, my name is Ada Woodson
Yes.
Adams, and today's date is August 12th, 2006, and I'm interviewing Mrs. Bette Jones.
Logan.
Logan. Thank you, Ms. Logan, for the African American presence in the Ohio River Valley Oral History Project.
Mm-hmm.
And Ms. Logan, I'm happy to make your acquaintance today.
Thank you.
And I'm part of a project working to collect oral history stories from people in this area. And I'm going to be asking you some questions.
Mm-hmm.
And when I ask the question, if you could repeat maybe what I said to you. Like for instance, I'm going to ask you, what is your name? And then you say, my name is. If that's okay?
Yes.
Okay. What is your name?
My name is Bette Logan.
And Bette, where and when were you born?
I was not born in Ohio, but I was born in Pennsylvania, Burgestown, Pennsylvania. And my mom and dad lived there, and that's where I came into the world.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we moved to Ohio.
Okay. What year were you born?
Oh, you wouldn't dare ask that, okay.
We get the hard questions out of the
Do
way.
I have to answer
You
that?
don't have to answer that. We'll just bypass that question right now. And how many brothers and sisters did you have?
I have 3 brothers. I'm the youngest, the only girl.
And were your 2 brothers also born in Pennsylvania?
No, they were born in Ohio. Yeah, they were born in Ohio. 3 brothers born in Ohio.
Okay. Do you know about when your family moved from Pennsylvania to Ohio?
No, I really couldn't tell you when, but it was in the late 1920s, I know that, late 1920s, I know that. My father passed away not too long after that. He was a veteran, and he was ill when he came out of service. And, but my mother was born down here in this section of the country, in southern part of Ohio. She was born in Watertown, which is not too far from here, from where we are talking now, rather.
Tell me your father's name.
Harry L. Jones.
And you said he served in the military?
Yes, he was
What
in the
war?
military. The First World War. First World War, yes.
And was he injured?
Somewhat, yes, but right now I don't know to what degree, but he came, he was out of the Army, he was a veteran, and he wasn't well when he came home from service. Mm-hmm.
Do you know about when your father was born?
No, I don't, but it was in, let me see, he was 43, and I believe he died in 1935, I think, 35 or 36, something like that. He's 43, I do know that because we lost him young.
When your family moved from Pennsylvania to Ohio, did they come back to Watertown, or where did they go to?
No, they came to, I think they came to Marietta, Ohio. Came to Marietta. I believe that's where they moved to. May have been somewhere else, but it was in Ohio. We lived in Ohio for the rest of, the time.
Where was your mother born?
No, she was the one who was born down here in Watertown, Ohio. A little place on the Ohio River there. Not too far from where we are now. It's up from Marietta, I believe, somewhere in that area. Mm-hmm. Of course, we're not too far from Marietta now. Mm-hmm.
Did your mother and father say how they met?
No, I can't remember that. They've told us, but that's been quite a few years ago.
And
But I think they met in Youngstown, Ohio. when she lived there, was working there, in school there, yeah.
And was your father born, where was your father born again?
He was born in, what's the Bob Evans area down, he was born in Gallipolis, Ohio. So he was Ohioan.
That leads me to this question. How did the family get from Ohio to Pennsylvania?
I think it was work related, as far as he was concerned. Yeah, I believe it was, because he was a barber by trade, and he and a friend of his moved there, and they started up a business. Then when he left there and came to Marietta, well, he had his own barber shop. Mm-hmm.
Did your mother work outside the home?
No, he didn't. He wouldn't let her work. She wouldn't work. She took care of us.
I'm going to go back to your childhood, and you said you came to Ohio when you were a little girl.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Then, and you came. Where did you come to again?
I'm really not too sure, but I think it was Marietta. I believe it was Marietta. I was quite young now. If my brother was over here, he can tell you that. Maybe he'd remember. I don't know.
Where did you go to school?
I went to school in Marietta. Went to school in Zanesville. Yeah, between Zanesville and Marietta. Mm-hmm.
What happened to the family after your father died?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Gloucester, because we lived there for a while. I was in grade school in Gloucester for a while. My mother started to work then to take care of us, and she was the sole, family earner, so she had to work. And then she went back to school for something, and she went back to school, and then she graduated out of that, and then she started hairdressing and things like that, but wasn't enough, so she met a nice young man friend, and then she later got married. And that's when we kind of moved around a little bit, Other than that, right.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
You said you lived in Gloucester for a while.
Yes.
Your mother married and
Yeah, we moved there after she married, yeah. She moved there and stayed there for a while, a few years, not too long. And then we moved to Zanesville, Columbus.
Okay. Do you know your stepfather's name?
His name was George Mayle.
George Mayle?
Mm-hmm.
And then after you left Gloucester area, where did your family go?
Let's see. She moved to Columbus for work. She worked in Columbus for a long time. She lived in Columbus there till she passed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long did you live in Zanesville?
I couldn't tell you the years, but it was quite a few years in Zanesville.
Did you go to school there?
Yes, Lash High School in Zanesville. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Grover Cleveland and Lash High, so we were there a few years.
How did you like living in Zanesville?
It was all right. It was okay.
Do you have any fond memories there?
I don't have, little girl, growing up memories, teenage memories, I might say.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all right.
But you could, maybe you can share one of those favorite moments with me, those teenage years.
Oh,
things you might have done.
I don't know. I don't have a favorite thing. I'll say it like that.
Okay.
I really truthfully don't have, but it was okay.
When you were growing up, what kind of transportation did people have?
They didn't have a lot of transportation then. We did a lot of walking. Yeah, there was buses, but money was sort of slim for everybody then. And there weren't, everybody nowadays, of course, has an automobile or two, but then families didn't have automobiles a lot. They did a lot of walking or ride the bus.
I'm going to continue with a little bit more background information. What kind of work did your mother do after your father died? You said she went to school.
She did. She was into hairdressing also, and she did that. And she also did. She helped work on parties that people were giving, things like that. She and some other friends did a lot of that, and that was extra work for her, which she did pretty good with that. She did that in the evenings. A lot of the ladies did that. So she really didn't have a higher education other than high school, but she worked at good, honest living, I'll say it like that, to raise her children, you know.
How many children did she raise again, total?
Total 4.
And you being the only girl?
Yeah, yeah.
How was that like, being the only girl?
I got teased a lot, and I learned how to fight early in life. I did learn how to fight.
You learned how to stand your ground?
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
To this day.
To this day. Who taught you, who did you fight with the most? Brothers who?
My brother, the one that's here.
The one
We're close now, but he teased me a lot. He teased me more than the others.
is he the
But then
oldest?
the others wouldn't take up for me that much. And I could,
What did you do to him?
I could have eliminated them. If you know what I mean.
Right, okay.
Oh dear.
Did, when your mother was at work and you came home from school, what was it like?
Well, it was homework and do our chores. And I'd always try to get mine done. And sometimes we couldn't get it done. We'd still be fussing and arguing when she came home. But it was all right. We made out. Children got along but much better then than they do nowadays. They didn't have television or none of that, you know, anything like that. We just had our own things that we had to do. Homework and things like that. It was sometimes lonely, a lot of loneliness, you know, till she would come home. That was it. Other than that, I didn't have any regretting days, though, as a child. Some people I hear say that they would have, but I never had. I guess it was because of my brothers, too. They were there, and we got along all right sometimes. When we weren't fighting, we got along pretty good. And I don't mean fighting, actually, but a word of mouth back and forth. You shut up and this and that. Okay.
The regular sibling
Yeah,
rivalry.
sibling rivalry, that's it, yeah.
Were you able to go outside and play
Oh,
during
yeah.
that time?
Oh, yeah.
Or did you wait till your mother came home?
No, we would go out a little bit. If it was winter, we stayed in, but warm weather, we'd go out some.
What kind of games did you play?
We played a lot of bingo and some of those childhood games, because we had games and things at the house to play to keep us occupied, you know, radio, things like that. Time we did her homework, it wasn't long after that she was home. She would never work late.
And do you have any children?
Yes, I do have.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 children.
And their names are?
Renee, Robin, and Resden. I have 2 girls and 1 boy. Yeah.
And where were they born?
They were born in Ohio. They were born in Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. Wait a minute. Date's not necessary, is it?
Well, you can give me the date. I would be interested in the date.
Well, the oldest was born in 1953, and the Robin and Resden were twins. They were born in 1959, boy and girl twin.
And your husband's name is?
Clyde Logan. Hmm.
And is he living?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And
Yeah.
how long have you been married?
Well, we're divorced now, so it's been, we were married 20-some years.
And how did you two meet?
We met where I worked. I'm also a licensed cosmetologist, and we met where the shop where I was working at, his family lived next door. And that's how we met. Mhm.
What was the name of the cosmetology school that you attended?
That I attended Poro Cosmetology School in Columbus, Ohio,
What year was that you graduated?
1945.
During the war?
Yes.
Mhm. Did any of your brothers have to serve in any of the wars?
Yeah, all 3 of them did. All 3 of them were in service. Hmm. Yep.
What branches of the military were they in?
I can't remember. One, well, he was in the Army. All of them were in the Army, that's right.
Did your father ever talk about his military experience with you or the boys?
Yeah, he would. Yes, he would talk about it. He did talk about it.
And What was it he said about the military?
Well, a lot of it was all right. He liked a lot of it, but some of it he didn't. Some of it he didn't. He said it was, it was kind of rough during that time
In what
because
way?
he was in the World War I, and things aren't like in service now like they were then. And then by him being hurt, he said there's a lot of things done that, it shouldn't have been done. So it was a little different, We all, kind of, us children, we didn't know any different. We really felt sorry for him when he would talk about it, But other than that, and then it may have been too, whenever we do talk about it ourselves, we would think about him as he died so young from being in service, from after coming home from service. And I think that's what sort of stuck with us. But he admired being a soldier, but he would just mention different things to us, and we just felt sorry for him. So.
Did your brothers ever talk about it as they were growing up, and whether or not they would go into the service, or were they drafted?
I think they were drafted. I think they were. No, my one brother, he signed up. He signed up early. He started into service a young boy. Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm. He stayed in several years. Mm-hmm.
What type of community did you live in Zanesville? What were the neighbors like?
Very nice neighbors. Very nice neighbors. Some were families of children that I went to school with. Yeah, it was nice.
Was it a mixed neighborhood?
Yes, it was. Yes.
And what kind of work did the people do in that neighborhood?
I don't know, but they did. They were different things that they did. I did know that, but I couldn't tell you just right offhand what they did. I know but most of the people did work. Mm-hmm.
What was school like for you?
School was all right for me. I liked school. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Get in any fights at school?
Yeah, I would.
What would you fight over?
Oh boy, a lot of things because I had a terrible temper.
Can you give me an example?
Well, if somebody said or did something that I didn't like, I'd certainly let them know it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all part of growing up, I guess.
Now, tell me this, were you called names?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. And then that would really be a fight would ensue.
Mm-hmm.
So, And I took up for myself. I did not call my brothers.
Did the name calling stop after they found out you would take up for yourself?
Oh yeah.
Activities in school, were you able to participate in different activities at school?
Yes, I did most of the time. And if it was a time that my mother had to be there, she would be there, yes. So I was always proud of that because a lot of times children have parents that some just don't show up. And, that's as of today also, Because I know when my grandchildren came along and my daughter couldn't go, I would try to go for her. Try for somebody to be there for the child. And that means a lot to a child, I think.
In your family growing up, was race talked about at all in your family? Who you were and things like that?
Not a lot, no. No, it wasn't. No, we didn't talk too much about it.
How did your family identify yourselves?
You mean like race?
Mm-hmm.
Just Negroes? Yeah, Negroes at the time, yes. Mm-hmm.
What was it like growing up Negro in Zanesville?
It was just a normal thing, just a normal
Did you
thing.
go everywhere?
Just about, just anywhere we wanted to go, yeah. I don't remember any places that we didn't go. They had a community center up on the hill part. We called it up on the hill, but it was on a hill, but it was in a certain section, and we all went to the community center a lot.
Black and white kids both went to the
Yeah,
community center?
yeah, but majority were ours, but I think we're in the neighborhood where it was at. It was downtown area of Zanesville. And but it was open for, you know, and you could go any evening, and they had classes and different things going on, activities you could take part in. We went there a lot. So we all enjoyed that, you know. And then they had school activities too.
Tell me this, about what year did you graduate from high school?
Oh boy, you did ask me. What year was that? Do you know? 1930. Oh, you would ask me that. Now that one has left me.
Okay, well, we can let that one go. If it comes to you, just
Yeah, I will.
let me know. Who were the star athletes at the high school?
Oh, I don't know. Now, I don't remember that either.
Were there any good-looking guys?
Oh yeah, quite a few of those. Yeah, I would remember that.
Okay. What religion was your family?
When I was young, I joined the Methodist church there, St. Paul Methodist Church. But later, after I moved from there to Columbus, I joined the Baptist church.
Who was the minister at the Methodist church in Zanesville?
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time ago, huh? Okay.
If I couldn't remember where I graduated from school, I'm not supposed to ad lib, I know.
That's okay, no. You can feel free to say anything you want.
Oh no, dear, I couldn't remember it. I was trying to remember it. We came through there this morning. I was trying to tell my daughter about the church I attended. I said, I can't think of the pastor's name. I couldn't, where I joined, you know.
Well, do you know about what years you lived in Zanesville? So like from 19 and...
Let's see. 1938 or 90. It was before the First World War. 40, not the First World, Second World War, I'm sorry. Because I wasn't born for the First World War. We lived there quite a few years. We lived there quite a few years.
When you were growing up or at any time in your life, did you hear anyone talk about the Underground Railroad?
Not then, not till after I was grown and an adult.
What did you hear then?
About there was an underground railroad that the Negroes would come across and would, you know, moved into the different states and were free from being in slavery. And I mean, you know, that was the gist of what we heard. And a lot of people helped them. You know, they were helped a lot by the whites and any other denomination that could try to help them to get them out of the South. That was the main thing.
Did you ever know of anyone say there was slavery in their family?
Yeah, we've heard of it. We heard it talked about, but as to say as the family itself, no. I mean, back in the, you know, back then, if it really wasn't connected to you, you didn't. I mean, I didn't dwell on it, but we just knew about it. That's about it.
I didn't ask you this, and I'm sorry, but what was your maiden name?
My maiden name was Jones. No, my maiden name was Jones. I think that's where you got the Jones from.
And did you know any Joneses from Renville, Ohio?
No, I didn't. No. If I did then, I wouldn't remember them. I don't remember them now.
Who was maybe the family's favorite neighbor in Zanesville? Or someone that your mother could depend on, went to?
I wouldn't remember the name now. I wouldn't remember it.
How about music? What kind of role did the music play in your family's life?
Well, the boys liked a lot of music, but I wasn't too much into music. I liked the church music. That was about it. But I didn't care for a lot of it.
Did you sing in the choir?
Yes, when I was little. Yes, I did. Yeah. When I was growing up, yeah.
Did play musical instruments or?
Did I? No. No, I did not.
Anyone in your family?
No.
When you were growing up, how did you go to the store to buy your clothing, or was your clothing made by hand?
No, we went to the store and bought clothing, yeah.
And how often did you get to go shopping?
Oh, we went shopping probably about once every 2 or 3 weeks probably, my mother. It was a real treat for us to get to go shopping, yes.
And how about clothing? How often were you, let's say, bought new shoes or a new dress? Or
Well, at that time, we wore our things a little longer. Probably every 3 or 4 months we got something new or different, about every. Not shoes, the shoes would last longer. You know, we always tried, she taught us to take care of our clothes and our shoes and not try to wear them out as kids can do. Yeah.
And how about the going barefoot in the summertime? Were you
Oh
allowed
yeah, we did that, yeah. And you don't see that now.
What kind of games did you play in the summertime when you were little?
Oh, ball and things like that, a lot of ball, baseball, and they played basketball a lot.
Now, I know you were a fighter. I mean, you stood up for your ground and everything. So when you were out there playing games and whatnot, were the other girls playing too, or were they afraid to play with you?
Oh no, I wasn't that bad. I wasn't that bad, but they knew that I'd take up for me.
So the girls participated in the games too then?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And then during those days too, you're talking about games, they played a lot of marbles then. People don't play marbles now.
How were you at playing marbles?
Oh, with. I have some of the marbles I played with then. I saved them. I have them. And my kids couldn't get over it. Why would you save those marbles? I said just keepsakes, that's all.
Did they have a lot of memories for you?
Yes, yeah.
Tell me about one of your marble games. Maybe your favorite game or something that happened at a marble game.
I don't know, but we just used to play so much that they used to have the different names for different ones, you know, and I don't remember, but I know we played a lot. They had those big ones we would win back and forth. You'd win each other's marbles, you know. Of course, some kids didn't like it because if you won one of their best, they wanted it back. And that was a fight. Again for me. So I don't know. It was just fun, that's all. But I mean, we had good, clean fun. Kids don't know what it is to play and have a good time nowadays. I shouldn't say that, but they don't. All they want to do is fight and hurt and shoot and kill somebody. Ugh.
Different today, is it?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Children don't know what a good time is.
Do you remember some of the other good times that you had?
Well, we played hide and seek a lot. We could have fun with things like that. Just good, clean games, you know. Yeah.
Is there anything that you'd like to share with me that maybe I haven't touched on?
No, I don't think so. It seemed like to me you touched on a lot of things. Went way back, I know that.
Well, I want to make sure that I have your father's first and last name. Would you give that to me again?
Harry Jones.
So your father's name is Harry Jones?
Yes.
And then I'm going to have you say my mother's name is?
Oh, yeah.
Say my mother's name is?
My mother's name is, her name, Tina, when she passed Mays, but her name was Jones, yes.
Her maiden name was May?
No, her maiden name was Stevens. She was a Stevens. She's the daughter of one of the originators here, I think. I think he's one of her father was Elmer Stevens, which was my grandfather. And he's one of the older ones that's been passed many years now. That's direct descendant of starting up of the Stevens reunion, which this is today.
And your mother was, Elmer Stevens was your mother's father?
That's right. Elmer and Lucy Stevens, yes. Elmer and Lucy.
Did you get to meet them?
No, she had passed when I was born, but he lived quite a few years after that.
What was he like?
Oh, a nice elderly gentleman, yeah. He used to be a school teacher around here somewhere. He taught school.
Was Elmer his nickname, or was that his?
No, that was his real name, Elmer E. Stevens. That was his real name, Elmer. A lot of people here knew it, all around here knew him. Because I was telling my sister-in-law, I told him there's so many people here today that I'm sure there's not but a handful of direct descendants. Because there's too many people we have never seen before. I think they came out. I think they heard there was free food over here. You know I'm right.
That's a possibility, isn't it? That's a possibility.
That shouldn't be in there, should it?
No, this is one of the things that we'll do. Anything that's in the tape that you don't want in,
You'll take
it
it out.
Yes,
How
we will.
about that?
Yeah. Tell me something else about the Stevens family. Some of the things that you might remember about them.
I don't know, but they were not a nice, very, very nice people. Mostly all farmers, and not all farmers, but I mean, mostly all had nice farms around here. They worked hard. Some had other jobs that they did, and not only right in this area, spread out also, and they were just hard workers and had large farms that they worked and had all kinds of food that they grew their own, things like that. And some worked out. Some of the men worked out. But it's always been, since I was a little girl now, you talk about things I remember. I always remember always coming here. Every summer I'd be back because I had an uncle lived over here and one lived across the river over there up from Beverly. And he had a big farm. I enjoyed that every summer we came. So it was really nice. Always liked down in here. Yeah. A lot of nice people lived here.
What was your uncle's name that lived across the river?
One uncle was named Oscar Stevens. And another uncle was named Harry McEwen. McCuen, Harry McEwen, and his wife was my mother's sister, Lily McEwen. That was my mother's sister.
So was Lily a Stevens then?
Yes, she was a Stevens.
Married Mr. McCune?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know where the McCune family came from?
I think some parts of West Virginia, but he lived over in Wellsville, over in there where my aunt met him. And then the Oscar that I gave you, his wife's name was Letha. That was my mother's sister. They were all Stevens.
Okay. What was it you liked about coming down here as a child?
Oh, I don't know. We just enjoyed it. We liked the outdoorsy, and they had where Uncle Oscar lived. He had a pond out there he'd put in, and then they would fish, and there'd be a lot of things, animals and things he'd show us that would come in and out of the water and show us different things, And we farmed with him. Sometimes we'd ride to different things with him and throw out corn and things like that, feed the horses, ride the horses, things like that, which was really nice. Yeah, on both farms we did. We helped him, and we'd gather things when time would come for things that were ripe enough. We enjoyed that. It was nice. Yeah, it was really nice.
Were you ever afraid?
No.
Animals didn't scare you?
I was getting ready to say, sometimes the horses would scare me because they'd always have me riding with me. And my uncle used to take me off on the horses, and I'd be afraid to ride by myself. But I got where I'd know their names and would pet them. I'd do all right. Mm-hmm.
Any other memories that you'd like to share with us today?
I think that's just about it.
I really appreciate you taking time to do an interview with us, because I think everyone's story is very important.
Yes.
And if you want to go back and give me the date of birth when you were born, I'll just make a note of that real quick, like.
Okay. As long as it don't go down in history.
All right.
I was born in 1926.
1926?
Yes.
And what month?
December the 20th,
December
1926, yeah.
Okay. Well, in all those years, 1926 to 1930, what was one thing that you remember that stood out in your life during your elementary, high school years?
Oh boy. I don't know, just growing up and growing older. That's the only thing I know.
I'll give you one more question. What has been the biggest changes that you've seen in your lifetime?
The biggest changes? I don't know. I really don't have a set thing. I've always worked all my life. I still work part-time.
Still work part-time?
Yeah, I still work part-time. And the only thing I know would be some of my decline of things that I tend to do now that I used to do. That maybe, I don't have any outstanding things. I don't think so.
I just made me think of something. Was dancing allowed in the home?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And did you go to dances?
Oh, yeah, we would go. Yeah, skating parties, things like that. Things like that. We did all that. We got to do all those things. She didn't, after my father passed, she didn't hold us back on a lot of things. What she couldn't do, she tried to see that somebody else helped chaperone it, especially me, being the girl and the youngest. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. When you were in Zanesville, what were some of the family names in your neighborhood?
You know, you asked me that, but I can't remember. There was quite naturally some Adams. And
What street did you live on?
we lived on Shelby.
On Shelby.
Shelby and Clifford. I think it was Clifford Avenue. I think it's Clifford and Shelby. I think those are the two streets we lived on. Clifford Avenue, I believe, and Shelby Street.
When you work part-time, what kind of work did you do now? You say you work part-time now?
I work part-time now. I deliver for Meals on Wheels now. Deliver for Meals on Wheels. I haven't retired from there yet, but I got a 20-year honoree in April for being there 20 years of delivering. And I did that while I had a beauty shop, ran a beauty shop, and did that too. So.
Good. Anything else you'd like to share with us today? Because I don't want to wear you out, because I really enjoyed your story today. But
Well, if I knew I had this coming, I'd have had it all together. It'd been more exciting.
Let's do it next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.